Yes, people, a very, very happy afternoon to all of you. Thank you, people. So, guys, we're doing this topic called as dissolution of partnership. Guys, under insolvency in the last class, we discussed that there are two concepts. One is one-shot payment made to the partners. One is one-shot payment made to the partners. So, we saw two type of scenarios based on that. One is insolvency of a partner, in which we apply the Gardner versus Murray rule. In which we apply Gardner versus Murray rule. In this, what happens? Main keyword here is that if there is any realization loss, that realization loss has to be brought in form of cash by the solvent partner. That is one key term here. Second, you have to calculate the amount due from the partner who has become insolvent. So take his capital balance and calculate the amount due. Credit minus debit, you'll get the amount due. From that, check if there is any money that he is going to bring in. If he's going to bring in minus that, the balance is called as deficiency. Now that deficiency has to be transferred on the head of solvent partners. So in what ratio have to split it? In deficiency ratio. Now this deficiency ratio will be given in partnership deed. If it is given in partnership deed, then in that ratio you split it. If it is not given, then you have to apply the judgment pronouncement what was given in the case of Gardner versus Murray rule. In that, what they have told, if at all you are having fixed capital method, then distribute, that is, have the deficiency ratio as the ratio of the capital under fixed capital method, which is capital account. Capital account ka balance is there. No, in that balance of the balance, the ratio you distribute. By chance, you have capital account maintained under FLC method, fluctuating capital method, then what are you supposed to do? With the balances, do the adjustments. Which adjustment? Non-dissolution adjustments you have to do it. Then you'll get one more balance. In this balance, you have to split the deficiency. Okay, not okay. So this balance becomes a deficiency ratio. After this, adjustments will come for dissolution adjustment. That you don't do it. Before doing dissolution adjustment, the balance comes, no? In that ratio, you have to distribute the deficiency. Okay, not okay? Okay. Once you shift the deficiency, what is the deficiency shifting entry? Solvent partners capital account debit to insolvent partners. So now the deficiency is shifted on the head of solvent partners. Got it? Before that, very important, in fluctuating capital method, there are two steps that you have to do. One, when you calculate the balance of the partners, check whether they're having credit balance or debit balance. If any partner is having debit balance, ignore him. The capital balance of the credit partners, capital account of the solvent partners having credit balance should be considered for the purpose of distributing the deficiency. Okay, not okay? Point is clear. Now, once the deficiency has been distributed, what happens? Once the deficiency is distributed, what happens? It'll go and sit on the head of solvent partners. Now, whatever money we have to pay him, if we make the payment, with that cash account will get over. Okay, not okay? Then comes insolvency of all the partners. In this, what did we learn? All the assets will be transferred to your realization account and money also will be realized. And realization expense also will be transferred to realization account. But liability should not be transferred here. Liability will transfer it to the liabilities account. So in the realization account, record asset, recover money, record realization expenses. Ultimately, you'll get loss. This loss has to be distributed in the profit sharing ratio to the partner's capital account. Any problem? Okay. In case if you have loan by partner, loan to partner, what are they supposed to do? Transfer that also to the capital account. Now what happens? With the remaining cash balance, make the payment to sundry liabilities. You can't make the full payment because all partners are insolvent and partners are having debit balance. So now you can't make the payment to all the liability holders. So make the payment to the extent cash available. So full cash also if you pay, still the liability is not over. Then that liability, pending liability, balance liability will be transferred from the liability ledger to the deficiency ledger. On the other hand, on the capital account also you'll have the deficiency. That is partners with debit balance. That also you have to transfer to the deficiency account. At the end, deficiency account will get closed. Capital will get closed. Liability ledger will get closed. This is the summary of the topic where one-shot payment made to the partners. Means what? In this scenario, we believe that all the assets are recovered same day. All the liabilities are paid in same day. And to the partners, we make the payment on same day. Means here the partners will wait till the entire money is coming in. Then we'll make the payment. We're not making the payment in between. We'll make the payment at the end. When everything is over, that time we make the payment. But this scenario is very much rare, not regularly followed. Here the partners will expect the payments in bits and parts, which means as and when we get the money, we have to make the payment to partners. After we make all the payment to liability holders, external liability holders, when all the payment is done to external liability holders, now When it is time to pay the partners, partners will not wait till the end to sell all the assets and recover the money. What will they say? As and when money comes in, on the piecemeal basis, you make the payment. You make the payment on piecemeal basis. As and when money received, you make the payment. In this method or in this concept, there are two methods that are suggested by expert. One is called as maximum loss method. One is called as maximum loss method. Second is highest relative capital method. So maximum loss method, we did one question last class. So I'll do a recap of that using the next question. Illustration 7 I gave as homework. So using that, I'll explain this concept one more time. And then with this concept, I'll wind up the discussion. Okay, not okay? So okay, can we take the next question? Illustration 7. The following is the balance sheet of ABC on 31st December 22 when they decided to dissolve the partnership. Creditor 2000, Ace loan 5000. Creditors means external liability, external person. Ace loan, external liability, internal person. Then we have partners, capital, sundry asset and cash. The assets realize the following sums in installment. So here the money is coming in installment. Date they have not mentioned. Means all the 5 installment is coming on different dates. So first installment for 1000 came on one date. Second installment of 3000 came on another date. Like the total money received how much? 34,000. Now tell me something. 49,000 worth of asset is fetching you 34,000. How much is the loss? How much is the loss? 15,000 is the loss. 15,000 is the loss. Note it down. This will come somewhere. You'll understand. Where did it come? Realization losses. Correct, then? On the debit side of realization account, you transferred 49,000. Got it? And how much is realized? 34,000. Difference between the two is what? 15,000 realization loss on asset. This is not the final realization loss. In that, what will get added? Dissolution expenses will get added. So without dissolution expenses, I'm telling this is the realization loss. Okay, not okay. So liability, sir, donkey fellow. Liability I'll record here and pay here, same value. So liability has got no impact on the realization unless and until you pay more or pay less. Same amount you pay, apdina, liability will get cancelled. So ultimately, whatever asset is there, you would have realized it less. Hence, the difference is called as realization loss. Okay, not okay? Okay. The expenses of realization were expected to be 500, but ultimately amounted to 400 only. Can somebody explain me the first line here? The expenses on realization were expected to be 500. Expected to be 500, but ultimately amounted to 400. What do I do with this? Okay. Will this have any impact on the calculation?
Yes, sir.
What impact? Which one will you minus? 500 or 400? 100? I asked 500 or 400? 400 will minus wrong. Now listen to me very carefully. Now what happens is that today I'm starting my dissolution process. I have to take help of some people. I have to take the help of chart accountant who can help me to do all the formalities. I may have to take help from the agent in the market who will help me to sell all the sundry assets. So during this dissolution process, I will have to take consultancy services from different people. Now you will approach those people and ask approximately what will be your fees. This is my condition. This is my situation. For doing this work, what is your fees? So CA will tell his fees. Agent will tell his fees. We will ask them, what is your maximum fees? You'll ask him, what is your maximum fees? Purida, fees will be subject to work. Today, how much work is there? You can't 100% calculate. Purida, for example, when you construct the house, let's say when you start the construction of the house, you say my budget is 1 crore. But do you think you'll spend only 1 crore? Less also possible, more also possible. Less will never happen, more only will happen. Purida, so this is that case. We actually don't know what is the expenditure. So we take a higher budget, maximum budget. So we ask the CA, we asked that agent, what do you think is your maximum fees going to be for this work? He said 500. Now what I'm doing is the moment he says 500 from the existing cash balance, or if that is not sufficient, then from the first installment, first I will take and keep money as a reserve for that person. Yeah, Padina, existing cash balance and realization, if I give it to all these people, then what is left over to pay him, to pay CA or to pay the agent? What is left over? Nothing is left over. I told you in section 48, subsection B, they give the order of payment. First order is what? External liability, external person, basically creditor. Then external liability, internal person, which is Ace loan. Then internal liability, internal person, which is capital. Correct? No. Now, in external liability also, there is an order. First, you have to make the payment to whom? To dissolution expenses. Then, if money is left over, you'll make the payment to the creditors, bank loan, spouses ka loan, etc., etc. You'll make the payment. Purida? Because these people, if I don't make the payment, they'll not help me in dissolution process. So, more than creditor, I have to give priority to the dissolution expenses. Got it? Not got it? So, out of my cash balance, and if cash balance is not sufficient, then out of my first installment, I have to keep the maximum expenses separate as a reserve. I have to keep the maximum expense as a reserve separately. Okay, not okay. So here, when I started the dissolution process, the maximum expected expenditure were 500. Ana, kadasila when the work was over, when I was about to make the payment, the bill given by CA was how much? 400. So how much did you save there? How much did you save that? 100. Now that 100 is got added in this 20,100. Now if you look at this 20,100, there's one number 1 written. What is that 1? 1 is a note given below. 1. This amount includes saving and expenses. அதாவது நீ 500 ரூபாய் செலவாகும்னு சொல்லிட்டு தனியா எடுத்து வச்சிருக்கேன். You thought 500 will be spent and you kept that separately. Then how much is spent? 400. How much is not spent? 100, which is in your hand. There is cash in hand. That cash in hand, I am recording with this 20,100. So what is 20,000? 20,000 is realization of asset. With that 100 I'm adding, which is my savings in cash, which is still there in my pocket. Both put together, how much money available at the end? 20,100. In some question, they will add you and give. In some question, they'll give you this information. You have to manually add at the end. So depending on the language, you have to make a decision. In this question, lucky fellow you are, he added 100 and gave you. The next question, what I'm going to do in the relative capital method, highest relative capital method, that they will not add. You have to manually add it. Okay, not okay. Okay, not okay. Online people. Okay, not okay.
Okay, sir.
Super. Now,
Yes, sir.
show how at each stage the cash received should be distributed between the partners when the profit sharing ratio is 2:1. They are not asking you to prepare the relation account, nor capital account, nor loan account, nor cash account. We will prepare that. But here, the purpose of this question is not to test all that. That you know. So they will not test. They want to see the working note. So this entire calculation, what I taught you in the last class, is just a working note. And from this data only, you'll pass the entry. So here the focus is only on the working note. Okay, not okay. For that, I gave the format last class. Yes or no? Have you all done this question? Check whether the format is matching, not matching. Those who feel that I want to do one more time, you can do along with me. Those who feel that I've already done, you can cross-check the answer. Can I continue? Now, first column, particulars column. Any problem? First column, particulars column. Next column, realization, cash balance. Realization, cash balance. Then next column, how much money you have to pay. That many columns. I have to pay money to creditor. So this is external liability, external person. So first column for him. Then external liability, internal person. Second column for him. Then internal liability, internal person. For partners capital. Have you prepared like this? So far? If not done, you can do afresh also. We'll go slow. There's no hurry. So put multiple columns, particulars, realization cash balance, creditors, ACE loan, partners capital ABC, and total column. Little bit fast. Then what will I do? Sir, we have to note down all the balance brought on. So tell me the balance brought on, people. For cash, what is existing balance, people? 500. So in cash column, write 500. What is the creditors amount, people? 2,000. ACE loan, 5,000. So creditor, 2,000. ACE loan, 5,000. Capital is 15,000, 8,000, 9,000. 15,000, 8,000, 9,000. Note it down. Sorry? 18,000. What did I say? 8,000 I said. Sorry. 15,000, 18,000, 9,000. Now okay? 15,000, 18,000, 9,000. First thing, what will you do? Always segregate the amount for dissolution expenses. Separately segregate. Though you have to pay in between or last. But அதுக்கு வந்து பணம் முன்னாடியே segregate பண்ணிடுங்க. Always whenever the question says segregate means segregate. So less amount blocked for dissolution expenses. Less amount blocked for dissolution expenses. How much is blocked? 500. How much is the amount blocked? 500. So now what is the revised balance? Only for cash it will be 0. Rest all copy paste, same value. Now here I'm doing so many times balances because I want to explain the concept to your head. In exam, no need to do this multiple times. You have to save time. So maybe what you can do is, without doing this balance, directly you can record the first realization, make the payment and then do balance. In exam to save time. Here I'm doing step by step because I want the data to be loaded in your mind. Each step should go nicely to your mind. So I'm doing step by step detailed process. In exam, you can do a little bit concise. Online people, okay, not okay?
Okay, sir.
Now,
Okay, sir. Yes.
1,000 rupees realized. 1,000 rupees realized. So first realization, people, 1,000 rupees. First realization, 1,000 rupees. Any problem? Nothing will come in your other columns. Next is what, people? Less payment to creditor. Now, 1,000 rupees, to whom will you make first payment? External liability, external person, creditor. 1,000 paid to him. Whatever I had, everything paid. Whatever I had, everything I paid. Now, what is the balance, people? Cash balance will become 0. Out of 2,000, 1,000 paid to creditor. Balance how much? 1,000. Remaining balance we didn't touch only. So as it is, the balance will get carried forward. The problem is not while making the payment to these people. Problem will come only when we make payment to the partner. So far, it will go smoothly. Even the next method that I'm going to do, highest value to capital method, same format, same steps. Only where the payment is done to partners, there the format will change. Working note will change basically. Any difficulty so far? Comfortable? Everybody? Okay. Next step. Second realization. Is the door open or closed? Closed only? Okay. How powerful sound? 3,000 rupees money realized. Money realized 3,000 rupees. Second realization 3,000. Nothing in the other columns. In this 3,000 rupees, 1,000 to make payment for creditor. Creditor's balance will now become 0. How much is my cash balance? 2,000. That 2,000 will make the payment to ACE loan. Less payment to creditor, 3,000 gone. Creditor and ACE loan put together 1,000 and 2,000. No payment done. No payment done to partners. So what is the balance? Cash balance 0. Creditor's balance 0. Loan out of 5,000, 2,000 paid. So balance is 3,000. Partners capital will come as it is. Partners capital will come as it is. Total capital 42,000. Total capital 42,000. Any problem? Next, 3,900. 3,900. Third realization 3,900. Dash in all the column. Now here, make the payment of 3,000. Because the payment that I have to do for ACE loan is only 3,000 balance left. So make only that payment first. Less payment for ACE loan 3,000. Now your ACE loan ka balance has become 0. ACE ka balance has become 0. ACE loan ka balance has become 0. Now, what is the cash balance? 900. Now the question is, this 900, to whom should I make the payment? To whom should I make the payment? You can't say that this 900 will make the payment in the profit sharing ratio. Not possible because maybe out of ABC, A never withdrawn any money. B and C withdrew the money. A said that as of now, I don't need money. B and C, you withdraw money. When the business was running, A had big heart. He said, B, C, you want money? No, now you withdraw. I will withdraw later. Now, when the later time came to withdraw money, if B and C also comes and withdraw money, A will be at disadvantage, no? Because already, apart from, that is without A, B and C withdrew money. Now, whose time it is to withdraw money? A. In that, you're telling, no, A will also withdraw. B also will withdraw. C also will withdraw. So, it will be injustice or unfair to A. So, we have to do one calculation of maximum loss and then we'll decide that who will get paid how much. Who will get paid how much. Are you able to follow? We have to be very fair to all the partners. We can't be unfair. So this method of maximum loss method or highest rate of capital method is a method where we're trying to be fair to the partners. This is fair to the partners, being fair to the partners. So from here, what will you do, people? Next step, we'll do working note. What is the working note 1, people? Heading. Calculation of maximum loss. Maximum loss. What is the formula for maximum loss? Total outstanding capital minus amount received. Tell me, people, at this moment, what is the outstanding capital? I did a total here now. 42,000 rupees is the total outstanding balance. In that, how much money is there now to make the payment? Amount available to make the payment is 900. Amount received or available to make payment. In other words, this is the amount available to make payment. So out of 42,000, if I pay 900 to somebody, how much is unpaid? 41,100 is the maximum loss. So here the assumption, when we are solving this question, the assumption is that after this 900, we will never receive any money from anyone in future. Hence, only out of 42,900 is received, balance 41,100 is a loss, and I'll distribute the loss on the partners and I'll close the account. That is the assumption with which we solve this step. Okay, not okay? So working note 1, calculation of maximum loss. Any difficulty? No, assumption not required. This assumption is only for your conceptual knowledge. Out of 42,000, if I pay 900 to the partners, how much is unpaid money to the partners? 41,100 as of now. What is working note 2? Calculation of amount to be paid to partners. We need to know to which partner how much money to be paid out of this 900. Who will get this 900? That decision making will be done in working note number 2. Tell me, people, what is my starting point? Outstanding capital. Outstanding capital or amount payable to each partner. Partner A, partner B, partner C. How much is outstanding for each partner? 15,000, 18,000, 9,000. Very good. Now that you got the maximum loss, this loss, who should bear? All the 3 partners. In what ratio? Same profit sharing ratio. In what ratio do you bear profit? In the same ratio you have to bear loss also. So from the capital, if I minus loss, I'll get balance capital. Balance in capital account. See, same thing we do know. In the normal case also, partners ka capital balance is there 1 lakh. Imagine the case of sole proprietorship concern. 1 lakh is the capital balance. In the net profit, in the P&L account is a net loss of 10,000. Appo the 10,000 enna பண்ணுவீங்க? You'll take to debit side, no, 2 net loss, 10,000. So what is the balance capital? 90,000. That is what we are doing. This is my outstanding capital. This is the adjustment of loss. So this is the balance amount which is there, which I have to make the payment to the partner. Same thing. There's no difference. Ledger enna pannamo, we are doing the same thing in the statement. Now tell me any difficulty. Now tell me the maximum loss, people. Maximum loss to be distributed in what ratio? Profit sharing ratio is how much? 2:2:1. Okay. 2:2:1. So tell me 41,100 in the ratio 2:2:1. 16,440. 16,440. 8,220. Okay. Now this item will appear in the credit side of the capital ledger, and this will come in the debit side of capital ledger. Any problem? Credit means plus, debit means minus. Tell me, people, what is the net balance? 15,000 rupees I have to pay to the partner. From the partner I have to receive how much? 16,440. Please understand. Balance brought on 1 lakh to pay means what? I have to make the payment to the partner. Losses has to be recovered from the partner. Profit will be paid to the partner. Losses should be recovered from the partner. It's a penalty that we impose on the partner. Donkey fellow, you did not do business properly. You did not do business properly. Because of your business suffered loss. So now you compensate for the loss. So we always recover loss from the partner. 15,000 rupees we have to pay. 16,440 we have to recover. So net, should I pay or recover? Net recover. Debit balance, how much it is? 1,440. Apana, will we make payment to A here? No, because we have to receive money from him. Why will I make the payment to him? So that 900, I'm very clear that I'll not make payment to A. Okay. B. To B, I have to pay 18,000 and recover 16,440. Net I have to pay or recover? Net I have to pay. How much it is? 15? 1,560. Okay. C I have to pay 9,000 and recover from him 8,220. 8,220 I have to recover. So net I have to recover or pay? Net pay how much? 780. Now the problem is I have only 900. But I have to pay so much. Why that so much is coming? Why? Because you have not set off the deficiency. If you set off the deficiency and the deficiency you adjust na, the amount exactly what you have to pay and to whom you have to pay, that will tally. So now what are you supposed to do? Deficiency. Now when you shift the deficiency, which rule will come into picture? Gardner versus Murray rule. So now plus or minus adjustment of deficiency. Adjustment of deficiency. If this is minus 1440, to cancel it plus 1440, credit. On the credit side of the ledger, I'll record 1440. The balance of A's capital ledger will become 0. Now this deficiency, who will bear? Solvent partners. Solvent partners. In what ratio? In what ratio? In capital ratio. Capital means there are two types. One is fixed, second is fluctuating. Here what have they given? Fixed or fluctuating? Sir, only one capital. So it is fluctuating. Now this balance, in this balance, should I split it or should I do any adjustment? With this, we have to do non-dissolution related adjustment. Is there any non-dissolution related adjustment? No. Apana, this is 0. So what will be the balance? 15,000, 18,000, 9,000. Who are solvent partners in these two? B and C. So what is the ratio of solvent partners? 18:9. Means what? 2:1. In this ratio, I have to split the deficiency. Any problem? So 1440 in the ratio 2:1. Can you split and tell me the amount? 1440 into 2 by 3, 1440 into 1 by 3. How much? Debit I have to do. Because what is the journal entry for deficiency? B's capital, C's capital to A's capital. So A's capital is credited. So credit in this amount. And B and C should be debited. How much? 960 and 480. Now tell me the balance, people. 600 and 300. Even after adjusting the deficiency, we are getting positive balance in B and C. Now, if you add these both, it will exactly match with your amount. Okay, not okay. Even without doing this, you do capital ledger, normal capital ledger, same 900 you'll get. Insolvency of a partner. I taught you know how to prepare capital ledger. You apply the same concept. You'll get same 900 balance. So cash balance 900. After shifting deficiency, whatever amount I have to pay to the partner, and this cash balance both will perfectly tally. If you want to see at home, you try and see. Capital ledger if you open, no, கடைசில வந்து B க்கு இவ்வளவு கொடுக்கணும், C க்கு இவ்வளவு கொடுக்கணும்னு சொல்லி தான் வரும். Shall I do and show, prove it to you, or do you believe me? Abhinaya doesn't believe. She's like, you do and show, sir. Okay. Only for Abhinaya. Tell me the balance karna. Abhinaya, 15,000, 15,000, 18,000, 9,000. Tell the maximum loss. Maximum loss. A, how much? 16,440. 16,440. 16,440. Then 8,220. Any problem here? The assumption here is that partners are not bringing in any money. Apana in the realization loss irukliya, will the money come in? No. Purida, understand but because you believe that from after this 900, no money will come in future. The name is what? Maximum loss method. This money partners will not pay. That is the assumption that would make here. Okay, not okay. Now tell me the balance of each partner. A will have 1440 balance coming here. 1440. And for B and C is going to be 1560, 780. 1560, 780. So this is having credit balance. This is having debit balance. Purida. Now A is supposedly insolvent. We have to assume A is insolvent. Appadina, will he give this money to us? No. Will he give this money to us? No. We are doing maximum loss method. We are preparing this on prudent basis. Appana, இது படம் வராதுங்கிறது நம்பிக்கையோட நீங்க prepare பண்றீங்க. The assumption, you have to take some assumptions here. We believe that A will not bring this money. Appana, this deficiency, we have to shift on whose side? Solvent partner side. So what is the entry for that? B's capital, C's capital to A's capital. So in A's capital, by B's capital, by C's capital, how much amount? 960, 480. 960, 480. And 2, A's capital, 960, 480. Any problem? Any problem? First, we recorded the original balance. Then maximum loss. Using this, we calculated the amount of deficiency. That deficiency we shifted on the burden of B and C, remaining solvent partner. Now tell me what is the balance we pay to B and C? 18,000 minus 16,440 minus 960. Tell me the balance. 600 is coming. And 9,000 minus 8220 minus 480. How much? 300. So what will be the entry? 2 cash. In the cash ledger, how much money is left over? 900 only is there. You make the payment, game over. புரியுதா? People get confused when என்னடா இவ்வளோ நாள் நம்ம லெஜர்ல பண்ணோம், லெஜர்லாம் புரிஞ்சது, ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்னா people feel it is confused. Now that's why I connected statement with the ledger. That's why besides that I'm putting debit and credit, because in your mind you have to visualize capital ledger. Then you feel connected. Got it? Not got it? So ultimately what we are doing here, we are doing it here. This is faster. This will be time consuming. Ledger you have to draw, drama we have to do. To save time, people have suggested with statement method. But either ways you can do it. Okay, not okay. Now that finally you've got to know, I have to pay this much money to that fellow. Can I just do the entry? So let's payment to C and B. B and C. Not C alone, B and C both will come. Which color, pa? Green only, no? Okay. Less payment to B's capital and C's capital. Both B and C will come. How much for B? 600. For C, 300. Any problem? Now tell me people, what is the balance cash available? Sir, cash has become Govinda. Oh, Govinda. Gone. Creator balance, long back over. A's loan, long back over. A, we have not paid any money. So same balance will continue. For B, out of 18,600 paid. So balance is 17,400. And for C, out of 9,300 is paid. Balance is 18,700. So what is the total capital? The total capital will be equal to your maximum loss. 41,100. Like donkey fellow, don't add these three and waste your time in exam. Be smart there. Now next is fourth realization. Fourth realization. How much? 6,000 rupees. 6,000 rupees. Same problem. Whom should I pay now? A or B or C or all the three? How? To whom should I pay? Sir, you can't calculate like that. You can't tell like that. You have to do the calculation. So again, go back. Go back. Working note number 2. What is that? Calculation of maximum loss. Tell me, Gautam, what should I do now? Maximum loss ka formula. Outstanding capital as of now minus amount received or amount available to make the payment. So what is outstanding capital? Previous maximum loss is there. No, that becomes your outstanding capital. How much is it? 41,100. How much is the amount received to be paid? 6,000. So out of 41,100, if you pay 6,000 to the partners, how much you can't pay? 35,100. This is your maximum loss. This is your maximum loss. Now, calculation of amount to be paid to the partners. Amount to pay. To whom, how much I should pay? Now, imagine capital ledger. First, what do you write? Outstanding capital. Balance brought down. How much it is? 15,000, 17,400, 8,700. Take the previous balance, people. The balance what you wrote now, no? Take that. 15,000. Then 17,400. Then 8,700. Very good. Now from that, record the loss. Loss will come in the debit side of capital account. Maximum loss in what ratio? 2 is to 2 is to 1. How much it is? 35,100 into 2 by 5 into 2 by 5 into 1 by 5. 14,040. 14,040. 7,020. Now, I have to receive from the partner, sorry, I have to pay to the partner 15,000 and receive from the partner 14,040. So net I have to receive or pay. I have to pay 15,000, receive 14,040 rupees. Net I have to pay. Oh my God, net you have to pay how much now? 960 you have to pay. Credit balance means now you have to pay. B, I have to pay 17,400 but receive from him 14,040. Net I have to pay or receive? Pay how much? 3,360. For C, I have to pay 8,700 and receive 7,020. Net how much I have to pay? 1680. So all the three we have to pay. So pay all the three, but amount you did not decide. This working note has decided. So coming back, நான் இங்க back போறேன். எனக்கு PDF தான் இருக்கு. Now less payment. Which color ma? Green color. Less payment to all the partners. Full 6,000 gone. To whom? A 960, B 3,360, C 1680. Any problem? Compute the balance. 3,900. Zero தானே வரும். Wait, I'll change an Excel sheet now itself. This balance is correct. 1440. No, बराबर ना? Okay. 14040, 14040, 7020. 3,500 is exactly equal to your maximum loss. Any problem? Now, one more is there. Oh my God, how much is there? 20,100. 20,100. Fifth realization. Had the question just told you realization 20,000, then what do you have to do? Remember that this 100 rupee saving that you have to add back here. In this question, they have been lucky enough that they've added and given. So realize 20,100. Realize 20,100. Now, in that payment, to whom will you make? Same step you have to follow. Who will do? You will do or I'll do? Do. Both will. Now you do. Do first. Total outstanding capital now, how much now? 35,100. Then how much received now? 20,100. So balance maximum losses 15,000 rupees. Now actual capital 14,040. 14,040. This is exactly matching somewhere loss. You saw? Exact difference is 15,000. So realization expense 500 no recorded. Are Baba, realization expenses you paid from the existing 500. So that's where the difference is not coming. This 15,000 ka loss already includes that 500 ka, sorry, that 400 ka, what do you call it? Realization expenses. So apart from realization expenses, what is your loss? 14,600 plus 400 realization expenses. 15,000 is the total loss. So maximum loss 15,000. Now actual capital 14,040, 14,040, 7020. This is coming from where? The balance is already given here. You calculated 14,040, 14,040, 7020. From that, adjust the maximum loss. How much is maximum loss? 15,000 is maximum loss. This split in the ratio of 2 is to 1. 15,000 in the ratio of 2 is to 2 is to 1. You'll get 6,000 loss, 6,000 loss, 3,000 loss. Any problem? Online people, any problem? Online people?
No, sir.
Anjana,
No.
Lakshana, Darshini, Ganashri, Hemasurya, Kamlesh, Moshina, Niyasha, Raghavi, Reshmi, Ritika, Sanjay, Sarvesh, Srinanda, Sushmita.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No problem, sir.
Now, to A, Varun, I have to pay 14,040. From A, I have to recover how much? 6,000. Net, how much I have to pay? 8,040 I have to pay. B, I have to pay 14,040, but recover from him 6,000. So net, how much I have to pay? 8,040. C, we have to pay 7,020 and recover from him 3,020. So net, how much we have to pay? 4,020. So all the three we have to pay. All the three we have to pay. Nothing, no deficiency to be shifted. Only in the first example, first working note deficiency came. One, हाँ, कुछ नहीं है. I'm just telling you, this is not required. This is for your knowledge. I'm telling you, 49,000 worth of asset, you faced 34,000. So there's a loss of 15,000. Now, payment 20,100 done. 8040 for A, 8040 for B, 4020 for C. Now, what is the balance still which is yet to be paid? Balance to be paid is, ಎಲ್ಲ balance ಆಯಿடுச்சு. This is still pending to pay. Do we have the money to pay? Will we realize any assets in will we realize any money in future? No. Hence, whatever is the balance, this is the ultimate loss of the partners. Okay, not okay? Online people, okay, not okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
With this, we're done with the maximum loss method. Now, we'll take a break for 4 minutes or 5 minutes. We'll come back and continue with the last method. Online people, stay back, don't go anywhere. For recorded people, those who are watching recording, I'm ending the video here. I'll start a fresh new video for highest relative capital method. So that concept you'll see in the next video. Guys, can we give a break for 5 minutes? Chalo. Online people, we'll take a break for 5 minutes. Recording people, see you in the next video. Bye.